It's Saturday afternoon here in Shanghai as the cars are preparing to go out on track to begin qualifying for the Chinese Grand Prix. One of the big changes on this year's grid is Fernando Alonso, who's left Ferrari and is now back with McLaren.
Many people would never have thought Fernando would go back to McLaren after the volatile year he spent there in 2007. But back he is, and he'll be wanting to make the most of their renewed partnership with Honda.
Hey there guys, it's Tom and welcome back to a brand new video, and this is episode number 3 of my F1 2015 career mode, and we're here at China, a track that I've never liked, and I will admit the track is a bit better in this game, but I still don't particularly enjoy it. It's just a track that I don't think I'll ever like, and I think a lot of you guys don't particularly enjoy it yourselves either, and it's got elements to it that are quite good, but generally I don't think it's the most popular track in the world. And we're here in qualifying, like always, and we're here going down the pit straight, starting our final lap, and we've actually gone out a bit later than normal. There's about 7 minutes left in the session here, and we're going to try and go for a 1 lap only, because we might use some options in the race depending on how the tyres wear. So here we are, and we're going out of turn 2, and we're going to try and go through turn 3 into turn 4 where the first sector split is, and then we're currently fastest through the first sector right now, so a really good first sector there from us as we come out of turn 5, I believe that is, and we make our way through turn 6 and 7, which are probably the 2 best corners on the track when you flick it left here and then you want to flick it right. So there's a lot of high speed direction change here, and the front left gets offloaded quite a lot, as then you want to flick it left once again and you want to slow it all down to 3rd gear. And that series of corners there is probably the best ones on the track, as we now come down this short little straight, and we're still fastest through the second sector as we come into this really slow left-hander, and then we go through the very long 360 degree right hand kind of I don't even know what to call this. It's a carousel, so to speak, 360 degree carousel you could say, with a lot of camber on it. And we're going down one of the longest straights in Formula 1, if not the longest, and we're going to hit 350 kilometers almost, and we're going to brake bang on the 100-meter ball down the 2nd gear, hit the apex nicely, don't run out too well onto the curb, and it's been a very clean lap from us so far. I've only one more corner left to go, and can we get pole here in China as we go through the final corner, and then we're going to get a nice clean exit as we go downhill, open up DRS, and it's the fastest lap of qualifying, and we are in pole position for the Chinese Grand Prix, and a brilliant lap there from us in what was a brilliant qualifying lap.
It's now time to sit back and relax and enjoy the show. It's time for the Chinese Grand Prix here in Shanghai. Escaping some early overheating problems, it was none other than Kimi Raikkonen, the Iceman, that secured the coveted pole position for today's race. He'll want to keep on top of any problems and see this one home with as little fuss as possible.
He'll want to stay out of trouble over the first few laps, but he'll be determined not to let any cars past him. If he can maintain that position once everything's settled down, he'll have a massive advantage and be able to control the race.
Felipe Massa looks to have the edge over Valtteri Bottas this weekend. He'll be hoping to cement that by finishing ahead of his teammate in today's race.
Felipe has been looking quick this weekend, and if he can carry that into today's race, he could be on for a good result. As for Valtteri, he wasn't looking comfortable with his setup yesterday, and we'll hope it works better for him over the long stints today.
So here we are on the grid for the Chinese Grand Prix, and we are going to gear up for 5 red lights, and we are underway here at Shanghai, and we're going to get a really horrible start there, and that is going to allow Rosberg and Vettel to go upper inside as we go through turn 1. Now there's been contact. Vettel and Rosberg have gone off the track, and also Hamilton to get up the inside, and Rosberg and Vettel have actually gone miles off the track, and they've actually gone way down the order, back down to like 15th I believe, and they've lost a lot of time there. There's a bit of contact going on behind, so that was absolutely mad there. Rosberg went up the inside, so around the outside of Vettel, and Vettel just seemed to run wide through turn 1. They must have like locked wheels or something, and they went straight off at turn 1, and I almost got collected, so very lucky from us there. And skipping on to lap 3, as you see, Hamilton has just set the fastest lap of the race, and nothing happened, skipping all the way onto lap number 8. Hamilton actually has some blistering pace, and we could not catch him at all, and that really did affect us. And Perez was in 3rd place for a large chunk of the first stint, which allowed me to build up a massive gap, and it was pretty much on us, we was lonely by ourselves, sorry, for the entire first stint. There was no action at all, and here we are doing that pit stop, And Hamilton, you just saw briefly there, was also doing heat stop. We couldn't hold him up in the pit stop, unfortunately, and maybe bring him in a bit closer. And we lose the rear end going out of the pit. We get a warning, luckily enough, and not a penalty, so we get off lightly there. But that was a massive kick of the torque there through the rear wheels, and we just lost the rear end in 4th gear. So as you can see, the really powerful V6 engines there really did pay a price, and we almost got a penalty there. Luckily we got away, like I said, lightly with a warning. And we're trying to make our way through the traffic of Paul Stevens and also overtaking Button and Alonso 4th position there. And it's cost us a bit of time, but we've managed to get through all 3 of the cars, and we're back up into 3rd place now. We're going to see if we can try and hunt down Lewis Hamilton, who's actually leading the race. And skipping on to lap number 13, as you'll see in a moment, Hamilton has really built up a massive gap here, and we've got no chance of catching him. This set of medium tyres really didn't feel good at all, and we was really struggling. But as you hear in a second, we've got a radio message from the engineer.
Hamilton's had a blowout. Hamilton has lost one of the tyres.
And Hamilton has got a puncture, so Hamilton somehow has got a puncture. I've heard before that in this game you can get random punctures, and they can happen randomly. So we're going to see where exactly Hamilton is, but if he's got a puncture, that means he's going to be slow. And as you can see, the yellow flags are out. There's a couple of cars there ahead who have had a bit of a tangle, and we're behind Max Verstappen. And there's Lewis Hamilton, who's going really slowly with his puncher. We're going to go around the outside and overtake both cars, and we're up into the lead of the race after really not having that good pace. But Hamilton there having a puncture, which is really going to ruin his race winning chances. And at the end of lap 18, we're going to come into the pits for our final pit stop, and we're going to go onto the option tyres, I believe. We're going to go onto another set of primes for 9 more laps. And if all goes well, we might be able to hold this lead and actually win the race, which would be a brilliant result for us there. And as you see, the Ferrari boys get to work, and we've had a 1.1 pit stop. I think that's a glitch, because there's no way you can do 1.1 pit stop, but a very fast pit stop nonetheless from the Ferrari crew. And we're going to rejoin the track in 1st place, so good stuff there. And we've got no worries, so we just got to make sure we don't get tangled up with the lap cars, and all we've got to do is bring this car home, and we should be good for the rest of the race as we skip on to the end of lap number 19, and we're behind Roberto Meri, and we're going to try and overtake him as soon as possible so it doesn't cost us any time. And Rosberg's actually back up into 2nd place there, so a really good comeback drive from him after that first lap crash. And overall it's been not the most entertaining race. Vettel's now got himself up into 3rd place, so the 2 people who originally crashed themselves off have actually got themselves back into their positions, and we're now behind Max Verstappen on lap number 25. And Max Verstappen's who's in 17th place. We're going to try and overtake him up the inside of turn 5. We're going to brake nice and late up the inside, clean move there, down to 2nd gear, and make sure we get nice traction out the corner. And we're up in the, we just lap Max Verstappen basically. As we come around the final corner on the last lap of the race, we're going to win the Chinese Grand Prix after Hamilton's puncture, and that is a brilliant result there for us, and I'm sure the whole team will be ecstatic with that result, and that is absolutely brilliant for us. And overall, a really good result for Ferrari, and I'm sure Kimi will be happy with that himself also.
And that concludes today's racing. It's Kimi Raikkonen who gains 25 points and who now leads the World Drivers' Championship.
It sure is a great achievement for Kimi, but he'll be more interested in how to stay on top of the pack come the end of the season.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye and see you again next time.
So there we have it. That was Chinese Grand Prix. As you see, we win the race. Nico Rosberg finishes 2nd, and our teammate Sebastian Vettel finishes in 3rd. Lewis Hamilton there in 11th place, outside of the points. So very disappointing there for him, and his first non-points finish of the season. And he definitely won't be happy with that after that puncher. And looking at the Drivers' Championship, as you see, we're now leading the way after that race victory. Vettel's now only 6 points behind us, and Rosberg's 19. So it's a Ferrari 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship. Hamilton's dropped down to 4th place there. So not good on the Mercedes, and they really seem to be struggling at the moment, and they can't seem to put their race pace together, and not the sort of thing they wanted. As you'll see in a moment in the Constructors, I believe Ferrari are actually really stretching out their lead. As you can see, they're 34 points clear of Mercedes, So we really are stretching out the lead here in the championship. But nevertheless, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time, which will be at Bahrain. So yeah, from me, goodbye.